Hey everybody, it's Matt Briggs Wax. We're back. We're going to open up two more Power Deck from 1999 Upper Deck. These are the digital trading cards CD-ROMs. So each pack has two real cards and a checklist, which we'll get rid of the checklist. And let's take a look at our real cards. So we got Chipper Jones. It's nice. And Mike Piazza. So we got Mike Piazza on the first video that we did. We got Frank Thomas on the Power Deck that we did. I think my dog's gonna bark. He's gonna want to get out here. Hold on. All right. Well, he's just gonna hang out with me here. It looks like. So we got Sammy Sosa on the Power Deck. So we can watch some Sammy Sosa highlights. Let's check that out. Get our handy dandy disc out. We will put it in the DVD-ROM drive that I did not get rid of. And I'm so glad I didn't, because now I get to share this with you. All right. You gotta wait a second for it to find QuickTime and then boot up. And let's see here. There we go. All right. Here comes the highlights. Sammy just talking to Mark McGuire. Obviously 99 is right after the record-breaking season they had where they were chasing the home runs. So there should be some monster moonshot home runs for Sammy and Mark in the highlights here. There we go. With the little trot, or the little hop there right after a home run swing. There it is. There we go. A little hop. That's annoying. All right. Man, it was a great time for baseball. Look, I know we have the aftermath of the steroid era, but it's the era I grew up in. It's what I grew up watching. It was the excitement that was happening around. And, you know, at the time, like, that's what players were doing to try to stay on top and compete, unfortunately. And, you know, we lived through it. And this is just the reality of what it is. I don't necessarily agree with it. There were parts of it that were not illegal at the time. You know, there were not rules against it. I don't think people saw that as a possibility, but, you know, baseball has kind of reacted to it, and, you know, they do much more testing now and testing for a whole bunch of different substances to try to keep things fair. And I'm sure there's still people getting away with stuff that, you know, they shouldn't be doing, but people are going to always try to find a way to get an edge. That's just the competitive nature of being a professional athlete, unfortunately. Some people are willing to cut those corners to try to keep their edge. All right, let's go in the profiles. Regarded as one of the top active players, Slammin' Sammy has etched his name alongside the greatest power hitters of all time. And let's see... Number 66. So yeah, he was chasing with Mark McGuire. They kind of go through that a little bit. Obviously, this is top of mind because it literally happened in the 98 season. So the 99 set of pretty much everything commemorates that. So in the tops packs that we opened, you have a different card for each home run. that each of them hit. So there's like 70 for McGuire and 66 for Sosa, and there's a different card for each home run, giving the details of that home run. We watched the highlight reel. Let's go to the stat zone. Get some different pictures. Oh, that's so much easier to read with the red and blue. So you can see he started with Texas, and then Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs. He had roughly the same. He had 2 years more than Frank Thomas, but they had roughly around the same amount of home runs at this point. So he didn't hit as many early in his career. You can kind of see when things jumped in '93. He went from hitting 8 in '92 in 67 games. I don't know if he was injured. Not sure there, but he had 33 in '93, and then he had already hit 25 in the strike shortened season of '94. So yeah, I mean that is kind of crazy actually. Yeah, so 36, 40, 36, and then jumped to 66 in 1998. So here's the gallery. We get 10 pictures. I love that angle, the sky cam over top of home plate. Oh, it said something. 37 of Sammy Sosa's long balls in 1998 were solos. Okay. Interesting. He split his home runs almost evenly between first and second half. 33 in April, May, and June, and 33 in July, August, and September. That's crazy. So this says 61 and 62. All right, so no one served as Sammy Sosa's favorite target more than Milwaukee. A dozen of his home runs that year came against Milwaukee Brewers, and 61 and 62 came at their expense. That's kind of cool. All right, so we get through these. Got a couple more images here, talking about the season, talking about consistency, which, you know, he did have a couple of years there where he was consistently hitting over 30 home runs. There we go. All right, so that's Sammy. Let's get into the second pack. Quit that. It is annoying. You do have to wait for it to go through everything to quit. You get to watch the whole process. There we go. Yeah, we're finally quit. Let's open this pack. Here's pack 2. Let's see who we end up getting. This is kind of cool. Tell me down below if you like this. Do you remember these? You know, would this have been something that you would have been into as a kid? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. We're collecting all the checklists here. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so we got Bagwell. There's Bagwell. I'm gonna show the back of the card here. I haven't really looked closely at the cards, but I do like them. As a card, they're nice. We got another red one. So JD Drew on the Cardinals. Okay. I remember him from other teams, but I guess he started with the Cardinals. All right, and let's see who our power deck is. We got Vladimir Guerrero. Nice. Vladdy Daddy. Since we got Vladdy Jr., now we got Vladdy Daddy. All right. Let's put that one in, get it loaded up. I hope you're having fun here today. I know I am. This is nostalgia for me. I love looking back at this kind of stuff. you know, for me, this is discovering something new that I missed out on as a collector, because I was done with cards by this point. So I like doing this to kind of look back, kind of see parts of the hobby that I missed out on, and you know, how some things got us to where we are today. All right, we might have to load this disc another time. Let's see here. Here it goes. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm curious. All right, I'm curious if you like these or not. If you don't like it, I don't have to do the rest. But I think it's fun to kind of break down each player. Here we go. Vladimir Guerrero. Now, he's a player I did not see very much because he was National League, so I was watching Oriole games, and we didn't play Montreal that often until Interleague started in, what, 97? Oh, we finally get some defense. That arm. Gun. I love outfield arms. It's awesome. He had a good one, for sure. There he is, hustling third. There we go. That's fun. And for a big guy, he could move. That's the crazy part. He's not small. Nice home run there. Nice home run. And another one. That was super fun. I love this because I didn't watch a lot of Vladimir Guerrero, so to see these is kind of cool. I'm trying to learn something. Only rookie to make Montreal roster out of spring training in 1997. So, yeah, that's crazy. He was the only rookie to make the roster out of spring training. Let's see. At season end, he'd settled in with an excellent .302 average to go 22 doubles and 11 homers in only 90 games. That's kind of awesome. He was NL Player of the Week. 11 homers. 11 homers that Guerrero collected in July were just one shy of the 1 month club record set by Rusty Staub in 1970. His July effort caught the attention of the National League, and he was selected as the Player of the Month. So in his rookie season, he was already making a huge impact. And that was in 97. So this is going into the 99 season. Became the youngest Montreal player to reach 30 homer, 200 hits, and 100 RBIs. Only two other players in team history, Gary Carter and Ellis Valentine, had passed the 20 home run plateau as young as 23. So, yeah, he's still kind of young, 23. Let's go look at the stats. So we're only going to have a couple of years here, so looks like he did come up a little bit. 96, made an appearance in 9 games, and then he played 90 games in 97, and then almost all the games in 98. 109 RBIs, 38 home runs. It kind of gets lost in the home run chase with McGuire and Sosa and what they were doing. That, like, he's now, I mean, like, he had 38 home runs in just his second season. Like, it's pretty impressive. All right, here's the gallery. We'll look at a couple pictures and then we'll get out of here. Big cut 38 homers, 202 hits, 109 RBIs. So he earned the youngest Montreal player to hit 30 home runs and drive in 100 runs. Just talking about the impact that he made getting hold of people's attention with those stats. Let's see here. Budding Star answers to the nickname Miqueas? I don't know. Miqueas, which means most hits. She talks about how he he used to not slide, and then he started having to slide. And he started stealing third base. That's what started forcing him to have to slide. He finished in the top 10 National Leaguers in 10 different categories. That's crazy. Rising Star. It talks about munching on sunflower seeds. Taking Jason Schmidt deep. Talks about his arm in the outfield, one of the best outfield arms in the game. So yeah, that's awesome. Love learning a little bit more about Vladimir Guerrero. Hope you did too. I'm gonna quit this, and we'll come back another time. We'll do 2 more of these. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I hope you had a good time. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Have a great day, everybody. Keep ripping wax and CD-ROMs, apparently.